Well, it's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, the light heavyweight division, I told you guys at the beginning of this year, the first video I made this year, I told you the light heavyweight division will be making a big comeback in 2022. So far it has. We've gotten a couple great fights already. I'm expecting even more great fights as the year progresses. But it's had a shakeup. Bivol, Dimitri Bivol has become somewhat of a star now because he beat Canelo Alvarez. And right now it's, in most people's eyes, because of that, it's his division, But Gilberto Ramirez, this is a guy that was calling out and been wanting to fight Bivol long before the Canelo stuff ever happened. This is a subject and a topic that I covered before the Canelo fight ever happened. And Zurdo's coming out again, and he's letting his thoughts be known about where he stands in this division. So I'm going to read to you what Zurdo said recently about, Bivol and the landscape of the division and all this stuff. And what would I say from there? But he said the following, and I quote, "This is my division. There's a reason some of these guys have avoided me. They know I'm coming for all the belts, and that it's just a matter of time. Bivol sent a contract last year, but he avoided fighting me to fight somebody else." When that somebody else was Umar Salamov. "I've been asking for Beterbiev and Smith Jr., but they know they can't compete on my level. As I said, it's only a matter of time until this is proven. I'm sure if Bivol means what he says, he's had a few opportunities to sign a contract to fight me, but he didn't. If the Canelo rematch doesn't happen, I'll be in line to take the world championship away from him. We'll see what my promoter Goldenwood comes up with. I'm surprised by all the talk and lack of action from Bivol. It's sad to see, but maybe he mans up this time." So yeah, there you have it. Gilberto Ramirez. By the way, just so you guys know, Zurdo is the WBA mandatory, so he's right there in position to fight Bivol. I made a video back in December saying that this to me was the best fight in boxing, and people at the time said it was crazy. But the more time goes on, the more and more it's looking like it might be the best fight in boxing, or right up there. Zurdo, people aren't talking about it enough, but I'll talk about it a little bit here. He's being trained now by Julian Chua, who was a understudy trainer of Freddie Roach. And, Zurdo has been adding a bit more craft to his game, to his skill set. We saw the last fight with Dominic Bozell. And mind you, Dominic Bozell was no killer, so I know it wasn't a great opponent. But hear me out. He's starting to pivot a lot more. He's starting to just really, really use more tools of his disposal. I never seen people pivot like he did the last fight. And he's been doing it a lot more with Julian Chua as his trainer. And so I think Zurdo is... It's hard to say that he's criminally underrated because he hasn't had that fight to really put him over. But for me, when I watch him fight, when I see the skills he has, when I see the attributes he brings to the ring, to me, I see a guy that's criminally underrated. A guy that southpaw, got punching power in both hands, is developing some decent footwork now. Very good at placing his punches to the body. Underrated counterpuncher. Got great stamina. Has a hell of a chin. We saw that in Yuniesi Gonzalez fight. He's got all the tools of a fighter that you feel could be the best fighter in the light heavyweight division. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If Zurdo would ever fight Bivol, I know it sounds crazy for now to say because Bivol just beat Canelo and there's a lot of hype around him, but I'm favoring Zurdo slightly because I just think Zurdo's combination of size, craft, punching power, timing, experience in the pros, these are all things that I feel like are a nightmare scenario for any top opponent, whether it be Bivol, whether it be Canelo, whether it be Beterbiev, whether it be Joe Smith Jr. I think he's really good. I think he's really, really a creme de la creme, top shelf fighter. He just hasn't had that fight to put him over yet. We can speculate all day why it's been. Maybe it's been because of Golden Boy. Maybe it's been because of him. Maybe it was because of Aaron back in the day. We don't know. But, at some point in time, Zurdo's going to get a big fight. Whether it's with Bivol or the winner of Beterbiev Smith or the loser of Beterbiev Smith, he's getting a big fight soon because he's just too high in the weight class. He's too much of a figure. He's too much of a prominent name in the division to not be looked at as a guy that should be getting these big fights. So I want to see this fight at some point, and I'm going to keep making videos about it any chance I can because, Bivol is a master technician of he's a master practitioner of the sweet science of boxing. Nobody can take that away from him. and and that should be more known than ever now that he beat Canelo, because he did it on a world stage now. But to me, it's like the ultimate style clash. The one of the best, most purest boxer in the sport versus a guy with the most seek and destroy Mexican style we have at the championship level of boxing, Zurdo Ramirez. Something's got to give. They say offense sells tickets, but defense wins championships. So I want to see this fight. Don't forget about Zurdo, people. I know he didn't fight no killer his last fight. I know his resume ain't the best, but you know what? 44 fights in the professional ranks. He's done his job 44 times. He's shown that consistency over there. He's shown a quality about him. First Mexican super middleweight champion ever. He's made history. Escribiendo la historia. All right? Gilberto Ramirez. Come on, man. Bivol is not going to fight Canelo next because we know Canelo announced his next fight with Golovkin for the third fight. So that frees up Bivol. Bivol either has two options. He could fight the winner of Beterbiev versus Smith, which we don't know what's going to happen because the winner of that fight might get ordered mandatory to fight like an Anthony Yard. So we'll see how that plays out. If that happens, then there's no excuse for Bivol to not fight Zurdo, you know? So everything hinges upon what happens in the aftermath of Beterbiev versus Smith. That's what, if you guys want to know how light heavyweight division is going to play out, obviously watch the great fight between Beterbiev and Smith on June 18th. But also be very cognizant of what happens with these sanctioning bodies after, because if they don't call no mandatories, or if they do call mandatory and Bivol goes to honor it, instead of trying to pay some step-aside money and try to make the Zurdo fight happen, then you could have your own interpretation about what happened. But I think there will be a window of time this year. I don't know when, but I think in a third, like later third, earlier fourth quarter of the year, there will be a chance to make this fight happen. And when that time comes, I hope it does happen, because out of all the great matchups in boxing, this one is like in my top 3. And at some points in time, it's even been my number 1. So Zurdo versus Bivol, this is what I want to see, especially now. The fact that Bivol beat Canelo makes it that much bigger. With Zurdo being Mexican, having that nice, shiny 44-0 record, it makes it a great fight. So I'm going to leave it at that. You guys let me know what you think about Zurdo's comments about this being his division and all these guys ducking him. So, yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just Kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.